Okay, hi. I want to talk about a couple of questions on the review guide, specifically the inequality questions that are on the review guide. I might go over a couple of other ones. But now on number 2, it says which answer best describes, or, it's multiple choice, but let's talk about what answers would best describe. So, what answers would best describe the solution for x if negative 1 less than x plus 3 is less than or equal to 4? Okay, so we're just going to subtract 3 from all three sides. So that's going to give me negative 4 less than x less than or equal to 1. Okay. This is the condensed solution, right? And this means that this is an and. This is a compound inequality. Now I'm just going to put CE. This is a CE compound, or CI. This is a CI, and it's with an and. Okay, we know it's an and because it's included in here, and our symbols are going in the same direction. It's not opposite what we think. Our smallest number is on the left side of our inequality, and the largest number is on the right side. Now, if I were to talk about this, I can say that this is also, another way that I can say this is x is less than or equal to 1, and x is blank with negative 4. All right, that means if I say x, the relationship x is what? Here, negative 4 is less than x. So that means that x value, the value of x, is greater than negative 4. So I'm going to switch this inequality symbol. So that's become x is greater than negative 4. So these are two ways that I can talk about the same inequality, okay? So these are two different ways that you need to understand that you have to be able to write this. All right, let me talk about the other inequality. All right, number 8. All right, and that's a little hint from you. Your answer choices are probably going to be with the and statement. So you're going to have to understand how to break it apart and switch it. Okay, so number 8. All right, I'm going to subtract 4 from all three sides. So that's going to give me 4 less than, and then that's going to be negative 4x. That comes there, less than negative, or not negative, positive 15. Positive 15. All right, and I'm going to divide by negative 4. Divide by negative, I need to switch my inequalities. Now that becomes 1 greater than x, positive x, greater than, that's going to be negative 15 fourths. Let's see, is that a decimal or a pretty decimal? Probably not. We could say 3.75. Just for the sake of ease, I'm going to say negative 3.75 because we're talking about a number line. Okay. Now, this is an or statement, but when I look at my inequalities, negative 3.75 is smaller than 1. So I need to switch. I need to write this to where it's negative 3.75 here, then x in the middle, and then 1 on the right. Because we read left to right. That would be the correct way to write our inequality. So now, since I switched my values, that means I need to switch my inequality signs. So if this is greater than, it's now going to be less than. If this is greater than, it's now going to be less than. So this would be the correct way to rewrite this inequality. Okay? Hopefully that helps you work that out. Number 9. Okay, we got a word problem. 2 times the sum of 2 plus a number, so that's x, that's equal to a value between 3 and 8. So between 3 and 8, we're talking about the value of x is x, so less than x, less than 8. But we have our value here that we've written, so I'm going to rewrite this. Let me do a different color. So this is going to be 3 less than, it says 2 times 2 plus the value of x less than 8. Now, I'm going to distribute. So this becomes 3 less than 4 less than positive 2x less than 8. I need to subtract 4 from both sides. So this is now going to become 2x in the middle, less than positive 4, less than 3 minus 4 will give me negative 1. And I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So that's going to give me negative 1/2 less than x less than 2. That would be my interval notation for that one. This one's not that bad, right? But now for the entrance, if it actually happened to switch like we did up here in number 8, we would write our smaller one first and our larger one last, and if we have to, switch the inequality signs. Number 1, that's just graphing it. So I'm going to add subtract 8 from both sides. So this is going to give me 2x less than negative 4. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. That gives me x is less than negative 2. So graphing this, all right, I have negative 2, I have negative 1, I have negative 3. And it's not going to include negative, and my sign's going this side, right? So it's going to the left, so I'm going to go that way on my graph, and that would be the graph that I would choose. Number 12. Ooh, number 12 is a little challenging, but not really. We have a variable on both sides of our inequality sum. We're going to treat this just like we do. So I'm going to subtract x. I'm going to do it the other way. The reason I'm going to do it the other way is I want to keep my x on the left side, just because it'll be easier for me in terms of graphing it if I have to. So now this is going to become 9, and that's going to be 2, and that's going to be negative 7x plus. All right, subtract 2, that's going to give me negative 7x. It's greater than or equal to 9 minus 2 will give me 7. Divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. That will give me x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Oops, hold on. I forgot I made a boo-boo. I divided by a negative, so I switched. So that's going to become x is less than or equal to negative 1. Okay. Okay, so number 14, last question. It says, which values should not be included? Okay, so in order for me to talk about this, I want to go ahead and graph it too. I'm going to move my values, so that's going to give me 2x is greater than or equal to 22 minus 8. 22 minus 8 will give me 14. Divide by 2, divide by 2. That's going to give me x is greater than or equal to positive 7. So graphing this, all right, I have 7, I have 8, and I have 6. Oop, hold on. I switched. This is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Okay. 7 is included, all right, and it's going to the right, right? So now, all of the possible values, so would be true, right? The values would be true would be any value including 7. So 7, 7.5, 7.6, all the way to positive infinity, right? But not true, so false would be 6.9, 6, 6.5, all the way to negative infinity would not be included in terms of that value. So I could say that if I had a list of values, I could pick which one's not true. But I could also just plug in the values if I'm given a list of value, right, and for a test and see if it's true or not. And that's all I'm going to do for the video in terms of those are all of the inequalities. And those are the only inequalities that are going to be on the test. So I think that's going to help you. All right, see you in the next time. Later.